Hi there, welcome back to Book Club. It's a little windy here in Charlottetown today, but hopefully you can hear me okay. I have several books to talk to you about, and that includes one mystery book, a book that came in the mail. I'm assuming it's one that I won in a recent contest because I did win a few. However, I'm not sure which one this is, so we'll open it together and hopefully it'll be a good one. I'm sure it is. The first book I want to talk to you about is Sometimes I Lie by Alice Feeney. Here is a copy of the softcover. It was released in 2017. It is a mystery or thriller. The title character, Amber Reynolds, let me read a little bit from the inside cover here. Amber Reynolds wakes up from a coma in the hospital, unable to speak or open her eyes. Nobody knows this. She does not remember what happened, but she has suspicions. Terrified and trapped in her own body, she slowly begins to remember. I'm only a couple chapters into this, but so far it's really good, and I can't wait to finish it up. I think it'll be great. There is another book coming out as a sequel to this in late 2018, December 2018 or January 2019 is what I read online, and it will be called Sometimes I Kill. Alice Feeney is a British author. You might think this coma storyline is similar to, or at least I do, a book called Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella. That was a much softer book, maybe a light romance or comedy. That was a great book, and I highly recommend that one as well. But this one, as I mentioned, Sometimes I Lie, is a thriller, and so far it's really good. The next book I want to talk to you about is How to Stop Time by Matt Haig. Here is a copy of the book, How to Stop Time. This is again a soft cover. It was released in 2018. Here's the cover again. He is also a British novelist, and the first line in the book is, the first rule is not to fall in love. Matt Haig is author of The Humans, which was quite popular in 2017. It was on a couple lists for reading prizes. It did not win as far as I know, but it was up there as a finalist. So The Humans, I have not read that, but it did sound very good. His novels, Wikipedia says, his novels are often dark and quirky and takes on the family life. His first novel was The Last Family in England. The second one, Dead Fathers Club, just to give you a hint of the quirkiness, I guess, and what he is the background he's coming from what he has written before. So he writes fiction and nonfiction for children and adults. He usually writes speculative fiction. This kind of sounds like late teens or adults, and it certainly sounds speculative fiction. So I'm very interested to get into this book as well, and I can't wait to get started. As usual, I can't wait to get started on a lot of books, I'm sure you've noticed. The next book I have is Little Paris Bookshop by Nina George, and this is a book club pick for me for our library book club. I'll show you, this is a soft cover title here, Little Paris Bookshop, and this was published back in 2013. I heard a little bit about it at the time, but I definitely had to look it up to get a little more information on it. So I will read you part of the spiel that they have on the cover of this book. Monsieur Perdeau is a literary apothecary. From his floating bookstore, he prescribes novels for the hardships of life. Using his intuitive feel for the exact book a reader needs, Perdeau mends broken hearts and souls. The only person he cannot heal is himself. He is still haunted by heartbreak after his great love disappeared and only left a note, still unopened. The author of this book has published 26 novels, and this is as his best known book. The The author has also published, it's a female, sorry, under Ann West, books about love and sexuality. Nina Kramer, which is her married name. I think she only published one book under that name, and she is also published under Jean Bagnall, and those are books that she co-publishes with her author husband. So they just publish them jointly under the name Jean Bagnall. So this hopefully is also another good read. I will get to that after those other two. The next one is one that I picked up at a library book sale for $1. This is called The Walking Dead. It's not the one that you see on TV. It is by Gerald Seymour. And let me read about this one for you. A young man starts his journey from a dusty village in Saudi Arabia. He believes it will end with his death in faraway England. For honor, for glory, for victory. If his mission succeeds, he will go to his God, a martyr. For David Banks, another character in the book, who is an armed protection officer charged with neutralizing the growing menace to London's safety, his role is not as clear-cut as it once was. So again, this book is set in Britain, so I am interested to get starting on this. I was obviously drawn to it by the title, The Walking Dead. I knew it was not from the TV series, but it still intrigued me, and I'm hoping this is just as good. The next book is written by Nora Roberts, who is most famously known for her romance novels, but in the last few years she has been coming out with a lot of fiction titles that are increasingly popular. This one here is, I believe, her latest one, and it is called Year One. It came out in 2017, and her website calls it an epic tale of hope, horror, chaos, and magic. So I'll read a little bit from the cover of this book for you. It began on New Year's Eve. The sickness came on suddenly and spread quickly. Fear spread even faster. Within weeks, everything people controlled began to fail them. More than half of the world's population was decimated, and as the power of science and technology receded, magic rose up in its place. Now, we've certainly read a lot of dystopian books lately in the last few years, but this one begins as dystopian, and fear and magic come into the picture, as the description says. So that's a little twist. We may have read a few times, but certainly hasn't been explored near as much as straight dystopian books have. So Year One. I believe there is a second one coming out from this. You may know Nora Roberts. As I mentioned, she has written a large number of romance novels. I believe the number is 225. I read that somewhere. She is also published under J.D. Robb, which I did not know before, I don't think. She has a series, a death series, and there's 45 books in that series, which is amazing. She is quite a prolific writer, very, very popular. And she also writes under Sarah Hardesty, I hope I'm saying that right. She publishes under that name in the UK. So Year One sounds like a great book, and I can't wait to find out what's happening in this. I do love a good dystopian read. Now we are on to our mystery book. So here's my package. I'll try to cover up my address and show you. Don't really care about that, but I will cover it up just the same. Open it here and see what we have. Just take me 1 second. I can look at the beautiful view behind me while we wait. And of course, it's another package within that package. Hold that there. So here's the other package. Unopened again. So let's open that up. Let's see what we got. It is a book. Hopefully that garbage won't go too far. Oh, there goes paper. Oh, the Book of M. There. Oh, I do remember winning this. I won this on a contest by Facebook, I believe. So just let me read the back of it real quick. I'm not too familiar with it. I didn't get a chance to look up anything from it, but you may have heard of the Book of M. It, again, has had some publicity lately. They're obviously giving away books for additional publicity. Let me see here. I believe it's a 2018 book. Yes, it is, copyright 2018. And I'll just read a little bit of the back. One afternoon in an outdoor market in India, a man's shadow disappears, an occurrence science cannot explain, and he is only the first. The phenomena spreads like a plague, and while those afflicted gain a strange new power, it comes at a horrible price, the loss of all their memories. And there's certainly more here on the back, but that's all I'm going to read for now. I love a good mystery, and I think the less said, the better, as long as you're interested in picking up the book. The less I know about it, at least beforehand, the more interesting the book gets. So that's it for today for me. I hope you've enjoyed these books. If you've read them, please let me know what you thought of them. If you haven't read them, pick them up and give them a read. And let me know what you're reading so I can pick it up too if it's good. See you next time. Bye.